Yeah. So please tell us about yourself.
I'm a designer by training and by profession, and I spent the first 8 or 9 years of my working life. Is that where you want me to start?
Anywhere. It does nothing. Whatever you want to say.
In Delhi, like we were just discussing, and
But you're not from Delhi.
I'm not from Delhi.
Okay.
No. So my father is from Odisha, and my mother is from Gujarat, but
Okay.
Kutch specifically. So
Okay.
that I'm a mix, and I speak Odia and Gujarati.
Okay.
And I used to speak Marathi because we grew up in Pune.
Oh, okay.
And then Hindi and English because it happened by the
Of
way.
course. Yeah, education.
And then I learned Spanish in Mexico.
What are you saying? Wow. You were in Mexico for a while.
I was in Mexico for a year right after
Wow.
college. So, and then I also learned Farsi. So I can still read and write it, and I know a lot of Farsi words. It in fact improved my Hindi a lot because there is so much Farsi that has come into Hindi through Urdu.
Okay. And Farsi is Iranian. What is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's Persian.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the modern Persian is called Farsi. So there was Old Persian, Middle Persian, and then there's modern Persian.
And
Today
how
it's
did
called Farsi.
how did Farsi and you, what's the connection?
Okay. I like how this is becoming non-linear, so thank you for breaking that up. So I went to Iran when I was about 19 or 20 years old as part of my father's crew. So my father was a documentary filmmaker and he was a historian.
Saying? Wow.
So he went to Iran to shoot certain bits of a film.
Okay.
And I went along as his assistant. And then I realized while I was in Iran that it was the sweetest language that I'd ever heard then and even now. I think nothing compares, you know.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, and there's something about the people, and there's something about the vibe of the place as well. Although of course it is an Islamic state. There is religious police in every corner. There's complete segregation even in a bus between men and women.
And do all women have to wear the burqa? Or
So it's a hijab.
hijab, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, we all had to. Everyone has to wear a hijab. But I think that when the current government becomes a little more liberal, then the scarf sort of moves back a bit.
Okay, you can.
And then there's like a little more hair coming out.
The veil is not compulsory. The face veil.
No.
Okay.
No.
But the headscarf and the
headscarf, and basically you can only show your hands
Right,
and
right.
I think up to your ankles has to be covered, and your face can show.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's
How long
that.
were you in Iran?
I was just there for I think I was there for a month.
Okay.
But it really left a very deep impression on me, as you can see.
You look mildly Iranian actually. Now that you mention it, you can pass. I'm sure if you spoke.
No, I can't. So in Iran, I stuck out like a sore thumb, of course, because I didn't speak Farsi, but also, I don't look Iranian at all.
No, mildly. If you know that there's a street in Kamnahalli. You know Kamnahalli, right?
Yeah, of course.
A lot of Iranian students stay there.
Yeah, that's right. And Arabs also.
Arabs, Iranians, Africans,
yeah.
Also some Korean students, but Koreans usually stick to themselves.
Actually, Kamanali's become quite a melting pot, like in an interesting
so in
way.
fact, I remember speaking to this young guy. We had to go pick up something on that street, some food from one of the restaurants, and I don't know what that lane is called. I'm like, man, that place where all the restaurants.
The shawarma lane.
Correct. So they call it the Gaza Strip.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow, that's so cool. What do you mean? Yeah, Gaza Strip, macha.
Okay.
That is such a cool because I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense actually.
I don't know if it makes sense, but it's definitely funny. It's I hope.
I mean, I'll now
offended.
associate that name with that street, and I think it fits. Like,
yeah. Sorry. I think I diverted you. So that's how you know Farsi.
That's how I used to know Farsi.
Okay.
So I've forgotten a lot of my Farsi, but yeah. So I studied Farsi in Iran Culture House in Delhi. And in those days, I would take the metro, I think 20 kilometers each way, 3 times a week. And I was dead serious
Farsi in Bangalore?
I learned Farsi in Delhi.
Okay, Delhi.
Yeah,
sorry,
in Iran Culture House.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's this sweet little island in the middle of Delhi where they teach serious Farsi. And they must be good at it because the gardener speaks Farsi, the chaiwala speaks Farsi.
And they're all Indians?
They're all Indians.
Oh, wow.
They're all Indians.
That's very interesting.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
So there's an Iranian culture center in Delhi that teaches.
Yeah, and they say that outside of Iran, it's the best place in the world to study
learn
Farsi. To learn
Wow.
Farsi.
No,
At least
not
this used to be so. I don't know if it still is.
Well, Delhi, for one thing, Delhi is a place with some fantastic educational institutions.
And cultural stuff happens.
Yeah,
All
absolutely,
the
right?
time.
Culturally,
You miss that when you move out of Delhi.
correct. I think in that respect, Bangalore. I don't think it's a match for a place like Delhi.
No, it's-
culturally,
it's not at all.
culturally. Yeah.
ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು